in comparison to past where it was just human resources or specialization in human resources, now it has become more diverse and more in detail.
Beautifully
Coming
put. Beautifully put.
from and the other thing for emotional intelligence for managers, it's as emotional intelligence, if you just see, it is managing your own emotions first and then having an idea how you can manage the emotions of other people. And these days, since we live in a very stressful and constantly changing work environment, it's important that all the managers should deal and connect more emotionally rather mechanically, or like just do this work, get this work done. They should not have that approach. They should have an approach which is more human connection, trying to sit in the shoes of their employees, empathizing with them, understanding them. If I can do it, then I should give that task to them. But if I can't do it, you should not be giving them something which is unrealistic or unmanageable. So constantly try to have that human connection, despite the fact that we have so many digital gadgets that keep you connected, but still people are not connected. Unfortunately, people are not connected.
Beautifully said. It is a business of the heart, and I'm going to actually get Joy to wrap up our discussion, because he's a person who actually humanizes businesses and brands. So Joy, I mean, business of the heart. As soon as Dr. Ruby was mentioning it, the first thing that was coming to my mind is business of the heart, which you actually mentioned during one of our lives in the past. So I think beautifully said regarding how important the human connection is in business, isn't it, Joy?
Absolutely. It's so heartening to hear from an academic perspective that this is what is going into a generation of upcoming HR managers or HR professionals. One of the things we notice, and this is human to human connect, it seems over the last decade or 15 years especially, businesses have focused so much on their process and then the technology involved in that process, that somewhere that there are two human beings who are creating the technology and implementing the technology, that little connect seems to have gotten lost. I mean, just imagine, you have a conflict manager and you have a person who's in conflict, right? So an executive is going to the conflict manager. At a very basic level, what's happening here? A person is going to B person, right? And as you rightly pointed out, the HR person has to have that emotional intelligence to empathize. So which means in a conflict scenario, you've got to say, look, I understand your perspective, and really make that other person feel that, oh, okay, so-and-so's understood my point of view. And then you've got to mediate by taking the other person on board, right? All of this is human. It's human, right? It's not production. It's not marketing. But it's not human resource. Everything is about simply being human, which is where, Ruqya, I'm going to drag you in here, is that smile. Look, first thing in the morning, if you walk in somewhere, you spend 80% of your time at your workplace, right? If you just give your greeting with a smile and it radiates that it's coming from your heart, that other person, even if the person's having a real bad day, bad hair day, whatever, traffic, you name it, but that smile for that 15 seconds creates a chemical reaction inside the receiving person, and it then channels another smile out. You've just created a ripple. Does it cost an organization money? No. Now, bringing it back, that's the heart-to-heart connection, and it's so heartening to hear this, Prof, because HR in business, whether we like it or not, HR does not have a seat on the table. It's not had a seat on the table as part of strategy for, I don't know, at least a decade. I've run through 3 decades of a corporate career, and I've worked very closely because I come from a marketing background. I work employee engagement. I've gone to my HR teams and I've said, guys, I can't work employee engagement. I can't create a piece of communication, give it to you, put it out, if you and I don't sit down and understand the why. We're not doing this for productivity. We are doing this for this corporate brand to stand for something. We've got to identify what are we standing for. I digress a bit, but what I'm trying to say here is that HR seems to be ticking a box: account, cost, insurance, recruitment, and I'm gone. No? So back to it is that today, learning from you, Prof, that people are role playing, people are actually appreciating there's another human being. That's huge. Thank you so much for that. And I think as both our guests, Ruqya and you've connected. I mean, you have a smile. If a training or a development happens in businesses or in any form, whether it's a startup, individual, solopreneur, it's Yusuf and my advisory, you smile, you learn to recognize your emotion, you're mindful about where you are, your attention is focused, you carry your best self to not just your organization, but to your teams. And when you do that, and Prof, as you said, you bring the learnings that you've had and learning, lovely to hear you use Lego play. This is fantastic, absolutely, because
I think when I think when you smile, you also give yourself that assurance that everything is fine.
Absolutely.
So even on a bad day, if you smile, short-circuiting your mind into wondering, hey, she's smiling, so there must be something something good to look forward to. And that's when your mind goes out there searching for it.
Absolutely, Ruqya. You're right. A smile really does work. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I think we've had a really, really important discussion, and we've touched upon certain very important aspects. I think both of you have basically gone into the importance of the importance of togetherness and the importance of teams. The importance of collaboration and co-creation, and that is exactly what we at Create the Edge do. Absolutely. And that is exactly what it's really good to hear that, especially moving forward. I would say all our amazing guests that we've had on from diverse backgrounds, there's one thing that all of them have agreed upon, irregardless of their background, irregardless of the different industries, and that is the importance of the human connection. Absolutely. And that is the importance of actually, together is better. So shout out to you, brother Bryan, Prakash. Together is better. And it is so true. You can't do anything on your own, which you can't do better with another person around you. So, so absolutely, let us try to harness each other's strengths, push each other's potentials to actually be better, do better. So thank you so much, Ruqya, and thank you so much, Dr. Ruby, for your lovely discussion and for the time that you spent with us this evening. Thank you once again.
Thank you once again. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Thank you.